warm-up?
So, thing with warm-ups, the reason why we do warm-ups like there isn't actually for stretching. There are stretches in warm-ups, but it's not actually for stretching. It's to actually get you to go through a range of movements. The reason why we have this, and I focus so much on that hip flexor, which I'm getting more of a stretch out now because all muscles are activated, is because coming all the way down here gets a lot of tension going in this left leg. Hip, knee, the ankle. Same with this. The reason why it goes so deep here is to activate this leg. Yes, I'm stretching this muscle. And I can get a stretch over here. But the farther I come down, the more muscles get activated, the more complex.
I actually reverse it. I would do the calisthenics first, and then the stretching. I just find it easier to stretch after it comes down.
I don't know, usually do soccer. I think it might have been calisthenics first and then stretch.
If I were doing a fitness class, you would do light calisthenics, like our first set of stretches, full calisthenics, full body movement, and then stretching. Light stretching. There's not a lot to be gained by deep stretching before working out.
In fact, there are some studies that show that stretching full is actually harmful.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying deep stretching before fitness exercise. So, as part of warm-ups, as you're warming up muscles and as you're activating muscles. By the way, that was the entire point of me saying that this stretch is to start activating these muscles. It's not just to do the stretch. But ultimately, I'm just leading the warm-ups. I can't do the warm-ups for you, and I don't care. You injure yourself because you're not warming up properly. You know, everything's so tight. I'm trying to follow the technique. You're not following the model. Well, I'm doing all zero. No, that's on me. Ways that Brian and I are incredibly similar.
Disappointed they didn't show up tonight. Disappointed they didn't show up.
I'm disappointed they didn't show up too.
Yeah, it's a bit
They have work today. Oh, yeah.
Still disappointed in them. I'm not disappointed.
I showed up.
And we're all the better for it.
Yes. All right, so we are going to be working different tournament styles.
The only, way to play it is down to the requirement.
In EMA, there is no, this is the tournament gold standard rule set. Because, well, frankly, they all kind of suck. They all kind of do different things. The three major rule sets or type of rule sets are a hit is a point rule set, weighted targets rule sets and lost lives rule sets. This is a very vague description. I'm going to give case examples of each. Weighted targets is the easiest one to explain in this case because it's literally where I hit you has different point values and how I hit you has a different point value. Lone point rule set does this pretty consistently. The arms and legs are worth 1 point. The head and torso are worth 2 points. And if you make an action with control of the opponent's leg, it's worth 4 points. There's a couple of other rule sets that are arms, legs are 1 point, cuts to the head and body are worth 2 points, thrust to the max is worth 3 points. Stuff like that. With weighted rule sets, the biggest difference is that different targets are prioritized with more points. And these targets tend to be deeper targets. So aiming for them requires more risk. But landing it gives you a greater reward. A hit as a point rule set is usually used in combination with other rule sets or other modifications. A hit as a point is wherever I hit you, it's worth 1 point. Flower points is a hit as a point rule set combined with lives lost. So a lot of rule sets count up. They either have a point differential, for example, in long point, 7 points difference is mercy rule you win. Or a first to a certain number, first to 10 points wins. Number of exchanges, 5 exchanges. Most points got after 5 exchanges wins. Or a time limit. If you're going to fight for a minute and a half, good luck. Most points wins.
A lot of rule sets do the time limit, but then half the mercy rule. So if you like a minute 30 fight and you get to 30
You get 2
seconds.
exchanges and it's merciful. That
Usually
is lots of time.
it takes at least 3 exchanges. Yeah.
2 thrust with control is 8 points. That's merciful. You get 8 points, you won. You get 8 points to somebody's 0 to 1. Lives lost rule sets are the reverse of get as many points as you can. And there's 2 ways that people do this. The smart way, the dumb way. The dumb way is whoever loses the fewest lives in each match wins and count the number of won matches and lost matches. The way the flower point does it is your lives are cumulative. You have 12 lives in your pool of 5 people. You're doing 3 exchanges with each person, so you have 12 exchanges. Every time you get hit, you'll lose a life. Your ranking is who has the most lives in the pool or in the tournament. And that's your ranking. So hitting the other person is something you need to do in order to end the exchange. But I can hit you, or we can hit each other. And, if we both hit each other, we both lose life. If I hit you and you don't hit me, then you just lose life. If I don't see each other, that's not an exchange. So that's the lives lost versus, accumulate points.
I feel like that encourages good defensive play.
It does. And that's the thing about all these rule sets. They are all encouraging something.
And then there's also
And people are really bad about designing rule sets. Because what ultimately happens is, I want to encourage this behavior. I'm going to incentivize this behavior with extra points or I'm going to de-incentivize that behavior with penalties or less points. When you design a rule set like that, you gamify it. And other people are going to game your system. So, lots of rule sets aren't super robust. Most tournaments are super robust. The top 10 to 20% and the bottom 10 to 20% will tend to be there, regardless of the rule set and regardless of the robustness of the tournament. But that middle 60 to 80% can get jumbled up. Might vaguely be in the right area, but we don't have. Most tournaments don't have enough exchanges or enough partners to spar against to have a robust ordering. Backlight. When you reduce everything to number of wins, points for, or points differential, fewest doubles. MLB has 160 games. The NFL has 16, 17 games. In most team tournaments, we get 5 fights before going to games. It's not super robust. This is my own soapbox about how tournaments need to get designed better. But I also have zero intention of running around tournament games, so it's a cow's opinion. It's new.
Has anyone tried to do like a elo system?
What's that?
Like a elo system like you have for chess?
Yeah, they have, there's a website called Team Ratings.
Team Ratings aggregates multiple tournaments to give you a ranking based very similar algorithms to chess. Actually, one of the most robust fighting systems is modern Olympic fencing. MLF fencing tournaments are all-day affairs, usually all weekend affairs, because you are fighting damn near everybody in your division. They're also incredibly well run, and you have to get the fist on time. As soon as your match is done, you're off, the next fighters are on. And it's also incredibly exhausting, and most team offenders will die. That's part of why there's 5 fights and 4 healings, because if you did 10 fights or 20 fights, most people get exhausted because they don't know how to regulate themselves. All right, soapbox over, rant over. You're going to start with tournament fencing. We're going to start with the long point historical fencing. I almost said the no. This is a long point rule set. The general rules are: arms and legs are worth 1 point. Head and torso are worth 2 points. A strike with control, meaning you have locked out the leg, they literally can't do anything. To the head or torso is worth 4 points. A grapple with control is worth 4 points. A sloppy grapple is only worth 2 or 1. And we're not going to do takedowns today.
Don't forget the doubles in the afternoon.
If you get 3 doubles, you both lose. If you hit somebody and then they hit you in return, there's a clear bump, bump, hits. The first person to land a hit has their score reduced by 1 category. So if it was a head or torso, and you got hit back, it's now worth 1 point. If it's an arm, it's now worth
like the Nordic rules best. They reward me for punishing your mistakes.
Where's the Nordic rules?
We'll get to that. So what we're doing right now, so don't talk about that rule set. I just got done explaining a new rule set to people.
Trying to keep track of one
Oh, literally just got done explaining one rule set. You're like, I'm going to talk about another one. No, don't.
Well, I'm curious.
Don't. Later. Later. All of you squirrels will have to wait.
What are they going to be at?
Hmm?
What are they going to be at?
I totally didn't realize, but when I went to change, I used all my thighs beside of it. I didn't realize how many times I hit it.
I don't think I realize that often.
No, it was mine.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait, they're both mine. Mike and then Mike hit me both in place. I mean, I don't care. It just means I need to learn not to get it twice.
We're going to add one other wrinkle to this. If you're not fighting, you're judging. If you're fighting, you're not allowed to say what happened. And if you do, you're going to get penalized.
Okay.
And the fun part about tournaments, getting the judge booked.
So the reason for this is a couple things. First off, there are a whole bunch of rule sets out there that don't allow players to talk about what happened. They can't. You are strictly forbidden from saying, "That's not what happened," or "I got that hit." Sometimes you're allowed to say, "Oh no, he got me," but it is ultimately the judges and directors' call to say, "Listen, I'm sure that felt like a good hit. It was flat. It was not of the martial quality that's required."
Gotcha, boss.
It is incredibly frustrating when you get judged by people who just don't know what's going on in the fight. But it's also the only way that judges will get better, by judging
Yeah,
and making mistakes.
I have definitely been past wins by bad judges, and I've also got ones I didn't earn from bad judges. But I've also judged on myself, and I'm trying to come to the understanding of my own.
All right, first two fighters who are ready, it's fast first.
Ready for punching, guys? I think it's beginning for the legs.
I'm not doing much guards. I generally don't go for the legs, well, that deep.
The other reason I have a lot is because it's another layer of holding on our legs.
Cool. I'm not cool. Does that?
So normally for long point rule set, it would be a minute and a half on the front, which gets stopped in between each exchange, or 7-point differential. Going to slightly modify this and just do 7 on the or a timer for 2 minutes. And the reason why the clock is stopped in between each exchange is usually so the judges can say, this person hits an extremity, this person hits a center point, this person got control. We're not going over all the sum of force because frankly we're not. You're going to be fighting over this circle or this compass. Congratulations, each one of the first ones. point red. Fight. Fight. Oh.
Did you see Blue's first line?
Blue's thrust did land.
After the solid.
Cool. So that's 1 point for blue. Blue's thrust landed before red's afterglow cut to the torso. 1 point for one each. 1 all. Fight. Point. Oh.
Blue thrust to red, red flat.
Agreed. 2 points blue. Thrust with mask. 3, 1. Fight. Point. Oh.
Blue thrust to torso, afterglow blade. I did not see the sword block off, so we're gonna.
Sword was not.
It's touchy, go either way.
Give me 2 points. If you had locked out the sword a little bit better, it might have been 4, but 2 points. So that's 5, 1.
We'll talk about that later, because I need to know how to like fix that.
And last exchange fight.
Point.
Oh,
Red, thrust to mask, sword block, control.
I don't think so. From what I saw on this side, the thrust didn't land on the mask, it laid on the mask.
From what I saw, the thrust went between the mask and the.
When I saw it, it was laying here. I saw the tip past the edge of the guard.
From my angle.
Or is that a weaker? I don't know how
So, this is a fun bit. That was final exchange, and we're disagreeing. One of the things that the director or judge, well, the director can do is throw out the exchange because there's no consensus and make you rewrite that pass.
And since this exchange, if the 4 points was awarded, we'll change the result of the fight. The person is to throw out the
Yes.
exchange.
So, let's try this again. Final exchange, take 2. Go.
Right?
Oh,
I think,
I don't think, did Julie's land
yeah.
with quality? There's this didn't have bullshit going on.
It's a little tricky, but I know a lot of people that would call it.
What's that?
I know a lot of people that would call it.
Well, not a lot of people. 1 point blue. Final score 6-1. That last one could have gone as a double. You were very close to having one of the failings of this rule set. Control of the arms. You had done the point in between the arms and
I guess
cross
it's
to
a step forward then, and like,
So this is a failing of the rule set. Go ahead about masks. Because getting that kind of control is obviously control, but it's on the arms, which is where only 1 point. You can't get control just from targeting arms in this rule set.
There are a couple of rule sets I think that would award that control,
Yeah.
but I generally,
yeah.
they're not common.
All right. First, you get to take off the gloves. You get to do the time. You get to do the
Oh, God.
Wait, who's fighting who?
Okay. All right.
Someone
Just
should,
hit the
who's ever not,
photo.
someone should take a photo of our fight.
You
Then
have a
post
video
it,
going on.
then post the photo with a caption, marriage counseling.
This isn't marriage counseling. There's no hole in the floor or a bag of rocks. I had fun here.
It told me to move.
Good.
It's actually good for judges to move around.
Ready?
Yep.
And start. saw something to the arms first, by purple.
Was that quality?
It looked like a flex, a cut to the arms, and purple to green, and then calibrated, purple to calibrated.
So what happened and what's the score?
So, if we're going with that consensus, purple into the cut, two greens, right wrist, green responded with a thrust to the face,
Yeah,
and
so
purple
0
responded
points.
with a cut.
0 points, because.
It would be 0 points.
Yeah.
It would be, it did
Because
correct
it's
with
one
the afterthought.
point minus one to the afterthought.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready? We'll begin.
But you're supposed to put doing that timer continuously.
And you stop it when you judge, don't you?
Yeah, that's,
Definitely a hit to the arms.
yeah,
So,
1 point.
purple. You keep track of points.
Okay, yeah, 1-1. Sorry.
No.
I changed the
Oh,
yeah.
definitely a cut to the head.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be pausing every time we discuss, right?
What's that? Yes.
Okay.
Well,
It's a normal rules, yes. Because we were going super fast when we were doing it, I wasn't pausing. But yes, you are supposed to pause.
Okay.
So that was a slice to
The head.
Yeah, that's not control, right? That's just a
I don't
slice.
see control.
Okay, so that's just a slice to the head, which is 3 points. 2 points, 2 points. Okay.
Go.
Oh.
Was he better?
Yeah, I saw a cut to the head by green, purple, and then purple, and a cut to,
The arms?
yeah, it was a design, I think it was
1.3?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.3.
How much time's left?
Minute and 10 seconds.
It's like a lot.
I did set it for 2 minutes.
Slow your fighting down. You don't need to go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just circles, go around, circle. That was the cut first, and then he kind of like wanted in for the thrust, but the thrust said they
Yeah,
were
that's
falling
what I
to the
said.
head. I said cut to the head.
Yeah.
All right, see if seven points yet?
6.
Motherfucker.
And you have 1, so it wouldn't be missed the one guys. Yeah, 15 points.
Okay, and yeah.
Oh, alright.
Hold.
Yeah. The arms. The arms.
7-1.
Yeah.
And 44 seconds left. And go. Just 2 points, so 2 points.
Sorry, no miss rule. So,
And go. Hold.
You okay?
That is 1 point.
Oh, I was separating my head from my neck there.
yeah, the first cut, I thought it was something, but it was flat.
There's definitely control.
Yeah, and then it went into the ground and took it all down again.
Then the last one got the sword caught in my mask, so it got my entire head like that.
So is that 4 or 3 points?
That's 4 points.
10, I think 11. Keep track. 11, 4, 3.
Yeah,
She got 2 points. No, she got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 11.
Yeah, 31 seconds left.
No, that's first roll. So. All right, so you just saw the difference between pausing for the judging and not pausing for the judging. Not pausing, your fight was a lot quicker than ours. Pausing really extended that time. What do you notice about how you're fighting?
I mean, I was going for thrust, so like I'm going for thrust.
Yeah.
I would also find myself just going for the arms as well.
Yeah.
But
try and hit the arm just to the point. You can't stand it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was good that one where I got the armor and carried each time.
Yeah.
One that one control the last two. Keep counting.
It honestly is a 50-50. I don't
You
know.
hit me a couple times and they never call me.
I'm pretty sure I hit him a couple of times and it was just ignored, but
There was also a couple times that I was expecting them to call a point that I had caught on my cross. There was actually one fantastic cut that you had on Julie that looked like it might have hit, but stopped about that far from Julie's head. It landed on her cross.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
there
I thought-
are some tournaments will say that if you hit crossbar, they count it as a hand hit.
It's done. The cross guard is there for a reason.
I don't.
So it's not a hand hit.
Like,
I mean-
there's so much variety that you can find in the tournament
I don't know. Cut down his
to.
crossbar, but I was like almost in the past.
Yeah. I know that there are judges out there that would call that a hand hit.
If it didn't hit, it didn't hit.
There
I
are
felt really
judges,
getting hit at one point, and then you never call it. I'm like, okay, I keep fighting.
So
there are judges out
there's a
there.
lot of fun bits to all of this because how easy was judging?
I didn't have a lot of fun.
See, I'm there, I actually enjoy refereeing.
You know, when you have like a basic skill of knowing what is going on.
It's also a time and practice.
And that's why we practice this.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
We're going to do another quick round of this. Jeff, you get to choose who you want to face in this rule set.
Julie, pick a number between 1 and 3. 2.
That is the number between 1 and 3.
That means I'm going to fight you again. What? I just fought you. So it's
Why
fair.
do you keep eating the numbering system then?
That's true. Hold on. Okay.
I don't want to.
I'm going to fight back. I'm going to fight back.
All right.
Okay, good. I don't want to fight back as much.
Yeah, you made a good point when I invited it when you were that game. I was hoping to pick 1 and 3, that's why.
See, you could have done choose a number between 1 and 10 and done odds even.
Yeah, I could have done that. That would have been too smart though. I could have also
Okay, you were also like 5 seconds away from me going, you're taking too long. Julie, pick a partner.
pick a number between A and B.
Ah.
The radius of the sun.
Alright.
Not between A and B.
Alright, everyone's ready? Fence.
Oh, I was supposed to be judging on that.
I think that was the whole thing. People try to
Yeah,
get ours. Hey, fence. White. Green. Cut the arm. 1 point green.
I saw it hit the crossbar, I didn't see it hit your arm.
I saw it down.
Okay.
Fence.
1 point green. Oh,
Wait. I saw the green slide past, but blue landed solid.
yeah, blue landed on the head, I think.
Only me.
I'm
I can't say anything.
I'm
Is it good?
Yeah, 2-1. Fence. Green breast, did you see the breast line?
I saw blue fall back from it. I don't know if it actually landed.
Unclear consensus, no exchange. Fence. Wait. It was messy. I will live for you.
I saw green put a point on blue at one point, but they kept fighting. And then this guy green kept.
But
We kept fighting because he didn't call home.
yeah, as soon as you see,
I didn't know if it actually landed or if he pulled the sword out.
I don't really know what happened there. All I know is that there's sort of no on the ground,
Do it over again.
and we stopped.
we'll do the last exchange.
Alright.
Alright.
Friends. Green, left, 1 point green, 3-2, match green.
You got that thrust on.
I know. I saw it, and I'm like, I didn't go deep enough, so they didn't see it.
Yeah, I showed it to the skin off the top of the
No, it should have been off. It's my bad. It's not.
That's not
No.
Alright, you think it's better. You
a
got
paper
that.
cut.
Alright, but you don't want to touch me with your body.
What was the one score?
What's that? What was the final score?
It should be 4-2, 4-2.
But it was 3-2.
But it was 3-2 because I fucked up. So sorry.
It actually should have been 4-2 because of the thrust that I had done, that call missed. And my short dropping was because I was going, I stabbed him!
He stabbed me in the ring of the thumb, and that's why it dropped.
Yeah. That was like a second stab.
Yeah.
Look, judgment's hard, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you haven't missed calls yourself.
Oh, hell no. I've definitely missed lots of calls.
I haven't missed a single one. Absolutely perfect.
Right. You got video evidence.
Yes.
We'll check.
I'm putting that on record.
Alright. We'll check. Got everyone correct. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
That's why it's the record. It's helpful to have experienced judges you can lean on.
Lean on me when you're not sure. The thrust was good. Alright, and fight.
Hold.
Hold.
That's it. Right on.
I didn't know what I did while I hear was a flat.
The previous one, because they did an exchange, they both landed, but it wasn't a volley. And the last one, I felt hard enough on the arm that I thought it was volley, but,
It was an edge line.
oh, yeah,
It wasn't a
I couldn't
stab.
tell from this side, it looked like it was cut.
I thought it was flat, but if you were more confident that it was a cut than I am that it was flat, we'll go with the point.
Not so good point.
Not
I
so.
couldn't see from this side, I only saw
No
the
points, not enough quality. Fight. Oh!
Hand shot.
Hand shot. It's typical bullshit, and I wouldn't count it in a normal tournament that I run, but there's long points, that counts. Fight. 1-0. Oh!
Yeah. Cut the arms.
That's the arms. 2-0. Fight. Oh!
From here, like when she cut, it kind of landed a little flat, and then Julie's active cut landed.
Rebecca's cut did land flat. Julie's cut landed good edge. So that was it arm or shoulder?
I saw it on arm, and I saw it like upper shoulder, I didn't see it get on the collarbone.
You were on it was on that side. So I'm going to defer to you. 1 point for Julie. 2-1. Fence. Hold.
I thought that was
Gonna throw both of those out. Yes, I saw the tip from Julie's strike land on the front of Rebecca's glove, and I heard Rebecca's counter strike land on the front of something.
I saw her, I didn't see her strike, but I saw her strike, and it was like, Julie stepped back, and it was like, just like the edge of it.
All right, with that bullshit, we're gonna toss it out because
Wasn't solid.
do it better. Fence. Points. Whoa.
I kind of want to say it was forearm, because she kind of formed out. But it was so
I
close to the body that
I saw it was the shoulder that, again, dragged down to the forearm. I'm gonna go 2 points, Julie, unless you strongly object.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to lose
strong
there.
with
You're
Jack.
gonna see exactly where it
All right, so it's 3-2. Julie, final exchange. Points.
I saw the thrust by Julie and the after I didn't see if it was a good edge alignment, because it was like on, I was
I
literally.
mean, the afterglow was good, but Julie's thrust on that first, so
Yeah.
2 points reduced to 1 for the afterglow, 4-2.
So where that blow hit, did you ever lose that?
right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it hit.
Was the shoulder, was it wrong?
It was on.
What's that? First blow, I thought it hit the shoulder, so.
This is one of those things, it balances out. The one that we gave the arm shot for, that was in response to Rebecca's flat, I thought and wrapped around the body enough to be body, but
I
Jack,
can't see very well.
I didn't think she got any body shots. I thought that the one that I was really hesitant on, I thought she just got straight forearm. And the other
There
one
was
was
one that, there
shoulder.
was one that was like right there.
That's the first one that I was hesitant on.
Which you could call that either way.
yeah, okay.
But the second one was definitely arm.
And with that was the arm, from my perspective, and I'd like you to stand over here. This is where I saw it.
I can see it landing on, yeah, I can see from this position landing on the collarbone, but from the way I saw it, straight.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, that's part of why, yes, this is sparring day, but it's really judging, directing day, because seeing these fights from the outside and being able to go, oh, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. Do we agree? Do we disagree? Was the action easily identifiable? Most of the time,
Did
no.
you enjoy our fight?
I did.
I think it's also good, like, for me personally, it's having the confidence in sticking to your guns and be like, no, this is how it landed. I'm had breakfast on one side.
So really good directors know how to project that confidence. And it's something that comes with experience. It's learnable. It's not a you have
It's
your
also something that can be a detriment to your judges.
Lost confidence in swaying other people.
Well, I'm confident that that strike was 2 points. I'm not confident enough to overrule you, so okay, thanks.
It's gotta be balance between having the confidence to like stick your guns, but also not humility, but being able to listen to someone else's opinion and have it.
Yeah. And
I've had some of the best judges and directors in the world screw me over.
same.
I mean,
I said,
one of the things that sticks out in my mind was at long points. I had Jake Norwood directing my fight with 4 judges, and there was a strike that I got that I landed, and all 4 judges were like, yes, it's a 2-point strike. And Jake looks around and goes, I would have called that control, but if none of you thought it was control, I gotta give it the 2 points. Yeah, that was the difference between me winning that fight and losing that fight in overtime. After my glove exploded.
I stabbed the best woman fencer in the world and then that did not get called. So I thought, well, maybe I didn't stab her, maybe it wasn't quality, but then I watched the video of the fight, because someone was asked to video it. And no, I did, I stabbed her in the neck and the judge dismissed it.
We had it right here. You stabbed me in the face.
What happens? Are you stabbing it? Yeah, stabbing the chest.
Yep. And what I really enjoyed about it was after you stabbed me in the face, we both backed up a little bit, and for just a moment, neither of us ticked that something happened. We're like, do they see it? Are they going to say anything about it? No? Okay, let's
Is this
continue.
that first exchange or when you?
That was the last exchange.
And it happened so fast that like my brain just,
Yep.
Have you
my brain realized that it happened too late to make the call.
Alright, I get that. I know that feeling.
And when you orange tape on the end of the sword, so you can see the tip and where it goes and what it does. And I know a lot of times.
Actually, most
So-
tournaments require you to have color tape. I think.
Here's a lot of fun stuff. If you want to open your jackets or gear down, you're welcome to. We're going to take about 5 minutes and talk about a lot of tournament conventions, and then we're going to switch it up and do a different rule set.
If I hear down, it's not going back.
Yeah, I'm in the same thing, I'm just gonna, I'll open this up.
So, tournament conventions
And we'll sit
are
down.
all individual. Every tournament has its own conventions. Whether they're using someone else's conventions, or modifying them, or making them on their own, every tournament has conventions. Here is one of the most controversial ones. Sword tips. There are clubs and individuals out there who won't fence anybody who doesn't have a rubber tip on their sword. And there are clubs and individuals out there who will not fence you if you do have a rubber tip on your sword. Here's a bit about the tips. Both of them are right and both of them are wrong. Yep. The reason we tip our swords is to prevent stabbing injuries. To prevent this from going into a gap in the glove and through someone's hand.
Which I know some of that happen.
It's happened in this club. I wasn't there that day. It was a few years ago during the beginner cycle. I asked a crowd about it. Made me feel bad, man. So that's why we tip our swords. To prevent shit like that from happening. A rubber tip on the mask will stick and catch and throw the head back, which increases the tolerance for concussions. Tips can cause rubber tips on swords can shove your head around and cause more concussions because it's sticking. They also land here and stick a lot better. They're not going to slide off.
There is.
Which means that like, there's that instant that people want that rubber tip because it's going to land, it's going to stick, it's going to be more obvious that, hey, it's landed. As tournament and event and club organizers, it is our duty to make decisions to keep as many people safe as we can. And it is a judgment call whether preventing a stabbing, thrusting injury that, frankly, could be pretty damn devastating is worth the trade-off for increased risk of concussions, which are, yeah, cumulative, be devastating over time.
So there is somewhat of a middle ground, which is that instead of using a rubber tip, use a piece of wall dust that I've got. So
That's what we prefer.
You blow on your head?
Yeah.
Good.
it's covered.
Dude, every time this comes up, it's a discussion about just the tip.
Well, apparently I
And right before you tap
but yeah, you can just pull a piece of leather over and tape it on. The color tape is from tournaments that require you to have color tape at the end. We're a very colorful bunch, but most people still wear black jackets because it's really hard to
It
see.
is. As I always say, you got two choices in the game. You can blend in or you can stand out.
Yeah, always.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I got a Yankees logo on my mask. I'm standing up.
So, other bits about this. Roll tips, especially fat roll tip like this, usually can't actually have a rubber tip put on it. Not really why.
The Virginians who can
Spatulated tips is what this is.
don't usually need a tip, but some events require it anyway, regardless. Which is why I have one.
The problem with roll tips is that this tip can get work hardened. Every time you hit it, it's well, they're hard.
I've seen them break.
Hard, oh, hard, and then it gets brittle. Breaks, you stab someone.
So the old school Britannics were notorious for having the small roll tips that would constantly break off. And so like the rubber ones that get sold are meant to fit the swords. And for a very, very long time, Britannia was like the #1 sword in Europe, and a lot of what we have in the West started in Europe.
So that's the first controversial safety. The next one is strikes with the sword. Most tournaments require between 45 and 60 degrees of arc and edge alignment for the hit to count. Not all tournaments, King's Cup, that's happening in January, it's expensive. That's the only reason I'm not suggesting everybody go to it, because it's close, it's like in Inner Harbor.
I mean, the only reason I'm not seriously considering it is the price.
Registration is $150.
And then you
And
have to
that's
pay for
75 or
each
50 or
tournament.
75 per tournament.
There are
There's a
a lot.
lot of tournaments that you can do.
But then add on to that, you also have to pay for where you're gonna, assuming you're not paid.
Oh, it's Inner Harbor, Baltimore, you know, National
No,
Harbor.
no, it's National Harbor, it's not Inner Harbor. It's
Sorry,
different.
National Harbor, Baltimore, you know, Gaylord.
It's not Baltimore, it's
It's
Southern.
like $1,000 trip drive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, I
Let me
know
put it
the
this way,
event, but.
I love staying at Gaylord. I don't pay to stay at Gaylord. I only wind up staying at Gaylord if I am going to a convention that I'm working and they're paying for my room. That's why I don't go to King's Cup. But King's Cup does not have head requirements. It just has contact. So if you want to do a flat cut,
Yeah, they're counting flat, aren't they?
yeah, they're not flat. So here's the fun thing about this flat cut. Bring your sword up. Cover this line. Doesn't hit. Wraps around because it bends. And it hits.
What is it, modern fencing?
It's in Meyer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called the Krellhow.
Is it like just to show off, like, oh, hey, I still hit you, like, what's the point of doing a flat cut?
What's the headache for it?
I guess.
It still rings your bell. If
Oh, yeah, I guess.
you get that to the side of the head,
Yeah.
it's still a thing.
No.
You get a flat hit to the thigh, you're gonna have a mark.
Yes.
It's just the
that's
entire
actually-
width of the blade with a small void in the center for the.
That
for-
actually happened to me at a tournament. This was the first time that, same tournament, but it was the first time that we fought, that I was fighting this guy, got hit in the thigh, called me. They said it was flat, and I'm like, that did not feel flat. And the coach said, I'm sure it didn't. And the next day, it had bruise here, space for the coloring space as well. And if you go to any tournament that Case Crowder Riley was organizing, he will require that it be edged, but he'll, if you do that, he'll pull out quality.
It's a sharp sword.
He's primarily a rapier guy, so.
That stabs work really well. Let's talk about that. In most tournaments, they require that you hit with the beak, so from the middle of the sword up. And that you don't hit with the strong.
What about slicing?
Slices have to travel 50% blade,
And the weak starts at.
and you can do any 50% blade.
Ah,
So that's
However,
fine. But you can't
slices-
strike.
Slices generally only count if they're to the neck and the wrists.
The reason for this, the reason you don't count strikes here, is because it wants to disincentivize hitting someone with a strong sword. It's not that it can't cut. Oh God, can it cut?
Let's not contest our friends. Let's not.
It's gonna hit like a freight train.
Let's not send up.
When you hit the strong to the head, it can cause concussion.
There
I've
was,
seen it happen.
someone got black carded at a tournament because he kept hitting with a strong sword, even after he was told, don't do that. Black card is 8 plus 7.
Some other things that, frankly, if sparring in tournaments is a lot like soccer. Yellow card is a warning. A tournament will say how many yellow cards you're allowed to get. Sometimes. What's that?
If you take cards from soccer.
Basically.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's also, it's in other things too, but generally, yellow card, hey, don't do that, for whatever reason. Red card, no, really, don't do that, you've now lost this match. Black card is, no, really, don't do that, you've lost all of your matches, and you're now banned from this tournament. It doesn't happen often. And if
It should happen more often than it does, but if it does happen, you really don't want it.
yeah, and I don't expect any one of our students to ever get black carded because we actually care about people with fencing, right?
Usually a warning. I missed something.
I said we care about people with fencing, and Jeff just looked at you like, not that much facial movement, but that was the intent behind
I
it.
will say, as a fighter, if you're in a tournament, if you're ever in a situation where you don't feel safe fighting the person you're fighting, you can always withdraw, you can always forfeit the fight. And, you know, you can say, I don't feel safe, people will understand.
Well,
I mean, anyone with their salt will understand that.
some of these just hit it strong, you just go up and it's, I'm gonna waste it. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of times throw out throws, so it's not just much.
You know that good throwing?
We'll get you good, though.
But, like, there are-
Two things. First off, throw can get you red carded. I've never been red carded for a throw. I've walked that line a few times. I don't get red carded for it because I'm usually very gentle about the throws. People will go to the ground. And people are looking fit into the ground if they don't have a choice.
Out of all the tournaments that I do, most of them actually don't allow throws, and it's usually because they're fighting on a surface that's not safe.
The last of these safety things, back of head and the spine are generally disallowed targets. The back is not. This is something a lot of people forget and often don't judge well. Like the back of the head is an issue, but if I wind up here and get here, mostly your back, shoulder, whatever, that is a valid target. Spine's not. So, and when you're pommeling, please, to the front of the mask.
And usually
And not to the side. Do not pommel to the side of the mask.
Usually with a problem, you don't have to make contact, you just have to illustrate that you have the ability.
So, first match. Back to yeah? Oh, no, yeah, they just went. Yeah.
So when is the new rule set?
I don't know what rule set. Do you want a rule set that exists in other tournaments, or do you want a silly rule set?
Well, what's the one?
There's no one system, that we'll honor the here.
So the Nordic system is very similar to long point with two major differences. There's no control points, and the way that the afterblow works is that both hits are scored. So if Pat and I are fighting, I hit Pat in the arm, which is a 1-point target. He hits me in the head, that's a 2-point target. Both hits count, you score the difference. So he ends up with the point, even though he hit second.
And there's one other change that sometimes gets tossed in there, and I'm going to toss it in there. Thrusts to the mask and torso are 3 points,
Not 4, 3.
3. So it's not a control point, it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Okay.
Stabs to the mask and torso are worth an extra point. It's common enough, it's worth actually putting in. All right, we're going to do the same kind of timing, which is 2 minutes If the points are called quickly, I'm not going to bother pausing it. If we have to talk about it, I'm going to pause the timer.
Okay.
Mr. Ready? Fence. On point. Hold.
I saw it hit the match.
Yeah.
By purple.
All right. You have to go from blue.
I'm not gonna call it.
Stop. You actually landed that blow from down.
Let's not talk about it.
All right. 2 points purple. Fight. Point. Hold.
Oh, that was 2 and 2, I think.
3 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
Thrust in, cut on top. 1 point blue. 2-1. Fence.
Oh,
Hold.
the camera.
Center up. You're bringing yourself out. Warning. Fence. Point. Hold.
Yeah, blue board.
That's in the arm. 2-2.
You need 20 foot.
Fence. Hold.
I saw a bunch of stuff. Was it all low quality?
The thing that I called hold for was at the end, Jeff's thrust up to the underside of the arm. I thought it landed. and then bring it-
I saw it delayed, but I didn't take it.
I thought it landed and then slipped off when Rebecca brought her arms down on top of it. It's a rough surface, or it's a smooth surface. It's not going to stick, especially without the tip.
Oh, it's a glove, you mean?
To the underside of the glove, yeah.
I don't know, did you get here?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
You want to do one more?
Here, we'll probably blow it in. Let's see like it.
I'm not gonna say anything. Judges be judging.
Because I know you all want to fight. I'm going to say that I thought the blow landed, but we're going to toss it out for lack of consensus. Final exchange, no time.
Hold.
Hold.
I saw purple and blue. And the arms. You mean blue and hit purple on the head? I believe that was 5, isn't it?
No, cut through the guard.
I
was going to-
think it was good. And you didn't say anything, so I figured it was probably good.
I don't know, I don't get any of my shit called out or something.
No, I'm a fighter, I'm not a judge. This is Julie's kind of practice.
I didn't see a hit from purple to blue.
I saw a hit from purple and blue on your arms. I saw the hit from blue on the purple for the head, but it didn't look any good.
Another round.
Another round. By the way, over. So now, you get to fight. Point.
That was you got.
That was a good hit.
There we go. Match. Blue.
Yeah.
Am I trying to be down?
Yeah. So Jeff, do you think you had that across the arm?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't touch it. I didn't have a problem giving you the points that you got, 'cause you got a lot.
I had no idea how
But that one was not.
Wasn't gonna say anything because we were doing the whole like,
Yeah.
play not saying anything, but
That
yeah,
was right, this section of property.
I had no idea what you're talking about, like, Mike.
So
yeah.
what had happened was, like going to the other side, and extend the arms out. Because first one had come up a little bit, so this portion of the arm, I had seen this,
And then when I came down, it slipped
and
off.
then when she came down, it slipped off.
I didn't feel that at all.
But it's also like left hand. It's like this part of this glove.
Yeah, like I said, that
So
was.
there's no way it's gonna stick.
What I saw was Jack putting your hands on the rope, twice so that you think of in, and then back twice so that one. Rather than Jack making contact.
Like, those gloves, if I get hit in the hand, I feel it.
But it would have been forearm
Oh, I feel
with a
that.
stab. Yeah, that's the thing. It was a stab to the forearm.
Oh,
So did you come?
I mean, if you agreed that we would have called it,
I wouldn't have called it, but then I wasn't gonna.
Jack, did the hit to the head that you had on back, do you think that was good?
Oh yeah, that went good. I'm not hitting the head. But.
I mean, I could not see that, but I assumed it went through. My hit and his arm was flat. And
Yeah, that's what I thought, she went flat.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, I'm apparently not scoring any points tonight, but yeah. As long as y'all are enjoying it.
Hey. That's one of the detriments to your cut around. You don't actually get the angle change.
Well, I came, okay, so, in all honesty, I came in knowing you're gonna go for the reverse.
Okay. I'm not.
Is one of you gonna grab my time?
Yeah, I'll do it.
So 2 minutes, huh?
2 minutes. No, it's continuous unless I have to talk about something.
All right.
Fight ready? Yep. Fight.
Oh, green, touch above.
Yeah.
1 point green.
Ready? Fight.
Oh, red, touch above. 1-1.
And go.
I think green's what the red start.
I saw it, like, it went here, slid down, and hit on the collarbone.
All right, 2 points green, 3-1.
And go.
You guys totally changed your forwards, by the way.
That's all
I
good.
noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
red, touch the underarm, 3-2.
And go.
Oh,
Set hold.
did you see red?
Under the cut. And we set hold, but they were in tempo, and I believe he got cut her arm, at least I heard it. But I don't know if that gets counted.
If we said halt prior to it, anything after the halt, we don't count. We'll throw it out.
I mean, if you said hold, she still gets the point, because that was a, we go, not gonna get a call
Well, the question is, do we think we said halt too soon?
No.
No, all
As
right.
long as a player, as me as a rules player, there are two interpretations of the halt. First one is, anything that happens after the halt doesn't get counted.
Okay.
Second thing is, anything that started before the halt and ends during or after the halt does get counted.
Okay.
Both are used.
I'm gonna.
I don't know which is used more.
I would probably just pause that. I'm not
I'm
pausing.
not
I was
sure.
just.
I said we call the halt too soon.
Alright, and go.
We had green with the gravel.
I didn't say it because it went too quick, but landed a cut on the arms, and then he went in and fall after it.
All right, you saw the cut first?
Yeah,
I'll go with that. 1.342.
go. Yeah. I thrust my hand.
Was
and
the
then-
actual in tempo or late?
I think it was in tempo because I called Paul and then she was already straight.
Well, that was definitely a tempo.
So 3 points, 2 points, 1 point green, 5, 2.
And go.
One, two, three. Oh!
Was there? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Somebody lost the button.
I was trying to get you a low body. It's probably one of my buttons.
And I think on yours, actually.
I'll go with mine.
I'll just set off to the side.
So, I think it was called green control.
Yeah, well, they don't have control. So then what is it called? If it's in order rules. Because like you have it in bond,
It would
right?
just be 2 points.
You have it,
Instead,
but you have it in grapple, like you
I had a
control it.
grapple on it, the grapple's over 2 points, and that's.
Okay.
You finish with
I mean, you have it, yeah. That was
So
a control
that
grapple.
would be 6, 2.
Yeah.
Alright, is there
I thought it was, just like,
Or was it 5?
it was 5-2.
Okay, so 7 and 2.
We still got 37 seconds.
Yep,
Oh, that sounds like,
37 seconds.
stop pausing every time.
Oh, okay. Going.
Now you know how I felt when we were fighting.
Yeah,
I thought we were
I was there. Okay, we were pausing for discussions.
what we were talking about.
Alright, you ready? Fence? Halt! Halt! Here is the grapple. Green got a cut to red's head.
I didn't see a cut, but I saw the grapple.
There was a cut in the grapple. It's like between the knee. But it's definitely a cut. It definitely made contact. 2 points green. 9 to 2, dash green.
So I want to move first.
Oh, God.
I finally got the low body. Was that low body that I had to do anything? Or did you just stop moving because we call it?
That's something we just made. So, the thing that I was doing each time, and it is in the book.
You were putting the knife to my foot. What did that first thing?
Yeah, it
Why
was
did you call that?
coming up. It's winding this arm over here, and it's this thing,
Yeah.
which is what they were calling and stopping each time. The last time they called this a cut,
Yeah.
and then it was really just that. So you almost got it. You're in the middle block, misaligned spot.
I just need to set this one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to actually turn out, because you keep on turning in, because you keep on wanting to have that sword available in your right hand without actually doing something with it.
Yeah.
I was already missing one, so
What kind of button is it? A fancy button or a flat button?
Well, this one also fell off. I think this is one of your next buttons.
what's the Nope. That's all, but this is one of yours.
You thought it was the.
What time does this class goes to 1?
That's a one.
We got two anyways.
I got a football game I'm missing.
Yeah.
No one cares about the football
Yeah,
game.
we'll just shake up.
You can
I
watch
usually
it.
don't care, but it's the only time in my life my college team is actually any good.
So, how do you like the Nordic rule set as compared to the long run rule set?
I like the Nordic rule set because I think it's sometimes better with the fully weighted apple club. And by cuts better, I mean I can really game the system and it was my favorite.
I like the long one better.
I like the Apple system better, and I like the flex when you do points better, but I like the control system from one.
This is the ultimate pick and choose. Now we want to having to do.
King,
Because when you start adding in too many rules, the ability to game the system gets bigger. So for example, in our match, the last two exchanges, I fell to my beginning of that rule set. Which is because the thrust is so incentivized, people tend to lean into them and go, I'm going to go for this thrust. Which, if, for me, if somebody is leaning into the thrust, they want to get center line, which means that I have the opportunity to get their sword off line and get past their tip,
Two graphics.
which led to the two grapples. Because I came in with that getting offline, and you had fully committed to the thrust, so you had come in enough that the opportunity for grappling was there, and that's what you defaulted to. That's what a lot of people default to. That's what I defaulted to. I just happen to know exactly how to use that.
Yeah.
can I make a request?
Sure.
Can we try out the ladies' night rule set?
Well, that's what it is. Yeah.
So the ladies' night rule set is everything is worth 2 points unless there is a double, in which case there's target parity. So the person, so if someone hits you in the head and then you hit them in the arm, they'll get 1 point because they have a higher running target. I don't have Pam's entire target parity system memorized, but we just go with
It's the highest target.
head, torso, then left.
Wouldn't each person hit each other in your arms?
Chances are.
Okay.
I'm down with Mary.
Can I get a drink first?
Yeah, take a break some more. What did you want?
Maybe I just took my phone.
Doesn't matter. You don't need it right now. Hi, wait. So yeah, with rule sets, you can totally game them.
Yeah.
You can game the rule set itself or the tendency of your opponent.
So if there's like,
So one of the things that I personally don't, okay, personal philosophy, ring outs shouldn't be scoring actions. Personal philosophy, if you bring someone out, it should not be a scoring action.
Why is that?
because if it is a scoring action, it will lead people, especially when there's a big size difference, it leads to people more, other people out of the ring by.
Not only that, it gets very odd. So there's several levels of inbounds. That's really dependent on the tournament. You can have soft borders, which is here's a border. You should stay inside the border. If you're just outside the border, or just outside the border, but there's something going on, and you're gonna come back in, we'll let it continue until it's not safe for people around. And then there's hard borders, which again there's different levels. You have 1 foot out and not be out. But the moment you put that front foot up and just have 1 foot out and don't get in, you're out. Or it's a both feet out rule. Some are a single foot out is out of bounds. something real quick. And I can see reasons why people will give it points. Because somebody is controlling the ring, controlling the action, controlling the other person's position in the ring. But it's not actually a scoring action. And if you can't capitalize on it, then no, I'm not going to give points for it. If you constantly run out of the ring instead of engaging, well, then you're going to get penalized.
He tried to penalize me once and I got mad, and then I started fighting with it.
I tried to penalize you. My judge was like, no, let's give her a warning first.
Also, he should not have been directing me. You were engaged by then.
No more.
2019, I guess we were engaged.
Were you in the
Right.
yes, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you shouldn't judge each other.
It was an oversight on the tournament stuff. Like, when they organized the pools and the judging, try to avoid that situation, and it just,
Yeah, I can teach you. So we actually, I had brought it up to the entire pool, like, we're in a relationship, and she's my student, and I'm like, are you all cool with me directing? And everyone's like, oh yeah, Patrick, we're fine with you directing, you'll be fine.
I mean, I'm the one that was,
Hey, it doesn't matter, anybody would be like, that's just because you're so cool. I have actually been the director for finals and a tournament before, and traded off with someone because one of my students was fencing that. And I was like,
it was at KU Open, there was someone who I was saying I'm gonna switch off because I think,
it's
like,
you and me, so you didn't have to fence or judge 3 pools.
no, I was switching off direction with you, but there was someone who was fighting in one of the pools that I didn't want to direct, so that would be conflict of interest, and I cannot remember what that was.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, rule set, every target is worth 2 points, is there a mercy rule? Is it number of
Yeah.
exchanges or is it time?
No, but-
Time, there is a mercy rule, I don't memorize, we can just go with 9, that's mercy rule, it's 9.
Why would you, how would you get
Or
nine?
like, first to 9 points start.
Okay.
So it's not mercy rule, it's target number, first 9 points or 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll go with minutes.
Cool.
I'm more interested in trying to see how the first game works and then the other stuff.
Alright, everybody's clear on the rules?
Yep, 2 points, 1 point double,
Yep.
and another 9 points.
Yep. Right?
What?
Oh!
Blue into red glove?
Sort of placed it and ran into it. I'm gonna toss that and say you both hit arms. So the 2 points nullified for a double fight. Point, oh!
Blue to red glove?
Yeah.
I did not see apple glove, so it's nice blue.
2 points blue. Fence. Oh!
Blue inside a red glove?
Yeah. Gonna give that to blue.
You hit, you thumb right.
Yeah.
I know how that thumb fits.
Also giving that because in addition to being on the inside of the thumb, it also landed on the back wrist. So 4-0,
Last
fence.
thing count?
What?
My last thing count?
I didn't see it mine.
Okay.
It might have just been on the other side of the action.
So, I recognize that the thrust happened, but the thrust happened far enough after the sword was laying in your glove that it was too far out for that glove. Okay, I could be wrong. That's. Point.
I'm going no quality on that. It touched the glove.
It had enough movement, it had edge alignment.
You don't want to call it.
I don't know what to call it, but it hit all the qualities. You don't need to murderize your partner for it to count.
Alright.
We took the opening, you got it. 6-0. That's. Point! Nice thrust!
I don't do that control. There's no
There's no
control.
control, so 8-0. 15 seconds, go. Point!
Red, touch the glove.
Yep. So 2 points red, 2, 8.
How many we have?
4 seconds.
All right, let's do it.
Fence.
See, got it.
1. Time. So, that's a great way to hug it out again.
Yeah.
Something that we haven't talked about, the timer. There's 2 ways that the timer will take effect. The first way is that when the time runs out, the time runs out, and the fight stops. Second way is that final exchange will last for
However long it takes to exchange.
however long the exchange takes. Or, like in the case of, there's 3 seconds left. Some rule sets will add 10 seconds to that, and it's now 13 seconds, and final exchange.
Which is really annoying when you're up by 1 point and there are like 3 seconds left. So you're like, all right, just stay out of the way. And like, put 10 seconds back on. Damn it. Right.
Again, all mixed to the game of the game.
I don't like that rule set at all.
What's that?
I don't like that rule set.
You kind of like it?
I don't.
You don't.
Because it means that tippy tap to my hand is the same cost, or same point as the nice cost to my face.
Yeah.
And it means that I'm just going to go one-handed.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I mean, like a hit
And
hand.
that's the one you are hitting the hand.
It's good feedback that I can bring up with organizers. And
I mean, the other thing could be, like, hands might not be about the target. That is entirely.
Yeah, and you're gonna keep it all 2 bugs, just knock out hands and like forearms.
Forearms with the feet catch, but hands,
There's no hand taps.
yeah. Or, you know,
it's
something that
discuss.
you can definitely do. You can do cuts on top, count. Cuts to the front or side, don't.
Oh, by the way, Sam from the Shapiro campaign is asking me to come. This is awesome.
So the other thing is, we're going to have a lot of.
It's really odd that there's a Josh Shapiro that's good and a Ben Shapiro that's not. Yeah.
I keep seeing the Shapiro sign, the goddamn, oh wait.
Goddamn
Ben Shapiro.
And the only thing I can think of is maybe the Republicans will be confused enough that they're going to vote for the Paul Shapiro. Just hurt the fact that.
Hey, look, I love having an observant George Governor.
Yeah, right?
That's great.
I mean, the other thing is Shapiro is being pulled against Mastriano so much, even the Republicans don't like him. The Republicans
Shapiro
also like
actually
Fox.
funded Mastriano winning
Fox.
primaries because
Feminist thoughts, like since that debate,
the general.
the gap is closed.
Shapiro funded Mastriano in the primaries.
Well,
so Mastriano was
it's
easier
always
to
been
beat in general than any
because
other
Yeah,
politician.
it's true, it's true. And he's not a good debater.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not going to talk about
After class.
Yeah, of course, I think people, ladies' night will start relatively simple, is we're gonna have a lot of newer concerts and also probably newer judges. So,
Simple,
more
like,
newer concerts and newer
try
judges,
that.
it's easier
So
to.
you guys are doing girls and I just say, no hand shots.
That's what you.
It's can't throw set, so it's ultimately.
I think we should. There's a difference experience level of fencing between two of us, so we're going to try it. And I'm going to try to game the system. I'm going to game the rule set. Okay?
Continuous, I'm not pausing it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready?
Fight!
Hold. Into the hand.
And one more.
Green.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 points for the hand.
Yeah, keep score.
Ow.
You okay?
He got my phone in the back spot.
Oh, I thought they had cross guard.
No, no, give me the words.
Okay, 2 points. Players don't want to say anything.
Oh,
That's control. But we don't do
2 points. 6 points.
Jesus.
2.
Hold.
I wasn't paying attention.
Well, we gotta talk about that. So, Patrick hit first.
With no ball
Yeah, it wasn't
whatsoever.
really that good.
Didn't buy a shit.
And then Becky came back with really good.
Okay, so 2 points of Becky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start the timer.
Alright. Oh, where he is going.
Oh, sorry. That was way too hard.
Yeah. That wasn't hard.
You got 8 points. 4 points.
All right.
7 seconds left.
Keep fencing.
That's all.
Oh,
Okay. I thought she got something on the arm and then
yeah,
she had
6, 8.
one. So.
Yeah,
You are really lucky that I am wearing a shin guard here or you would have broken my wrist.
Alright. Yeah, I get for beginning defenses, that'd be nice, but like, it doesn't incentivize anything cool. Like, you just jump around like this, you have fun.
No, I totally gaming it, and the only reason it became 8-6 cut it out forward.
Nice.
It's a really boring system.
Well, it's just, it doesn't incent, like, he just did, we were just doing fundamentals the whole time. Just not even, maybe it would reverse it in there.
I'm educating you again, too.
I'm gonna straight up say I did not like that rule set as it stands
I
currently.
don't know if I mean,
I'll let him know. It's ultimately Cam's call if
The other thing is, like,
We're going to try to get without hands.
I'm done fencing.
it's 1 o'clock, and we're gonna have to go soon.
Okay.
I'm not sorry.
We can do one good crash. Try without hands.
And then you guys can just, free spar. I'm sorry.
I got to get good. Randy's going to get upset. So,
I'm gonna spar against myself.
what? You going to spar yourself?
In public?
Just a tip though.
All right, so same rule set, 2 points for a land blow. Hands are. Same rule set, the hit is 2 points, hands are
No.
no points.
There's nothing on the book.
So,
Nothing on the gloves or only on the hands?
From the cuff back.
Good. Okay. So on
If
the
you're
gloves.
just discounting on hands, and the cuff, the rest back. All right, and fence. Point, hold. The strike up from blue came underneath and landed deep target. The strike down from red landed on glove.
Am I allowed to say where it landed, or we just go and say like I'm not saying anything?
Since there's only one judge,
I thought that landed twice on my arm.
I felt it on the. You like got me there.
and that's still glove.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were just okay. I thought we were just saying where we got putting them on.
So, if the gloves are not a target at all, 'cause that's where I saw yours land, yes, yours came in farther than is normal for a hand hit, but it just hit on the backhand, didn't actually get to the cup.
Okay.
That's why it's ultimately 2 points for Jeff.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought you said I got more than what?
No, Jeff got the 2 points for coming up underneath, just like that. And fence. Points. Cuts the head after cover. So 2 points, Jeff. That's 4-0. Fence.
You have to do something.
I'm not sure how to count that.
Did I get anything, or did I like completely read?
There was like, you both had this wonderful, I'm doing an action and I'm going to stop this action, and then just place it against the other person.
Yeah.
Like Nucci, just above, and I'm like, I'm going to lay this down. So I'm going to toss that out,
That's fair.
only because I'm not sure what actually happened and if there was anything of quality anywhere in there. So fence again, fence.
I'm just coming down here so we can get it on camera. 'Cause
Oh, you're on camera. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh.
I got caught on my head.
I'm going to give 1 point to Jeff because he did have a cut that came in, and then Julie was sawing at the wrist afterwards.
Well, I was gonna fall over, so I don't know. How she did.
I'm giving you, Jeff is 1 point, so it's 5-0. Fence. Oh, damn it. My bad. I called cut to the hands. That doesn't actually count. Something interesting is going to happen after that, too. I know. Jerk. Fence. Hands. Hey, nice one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. No, I'm pausing. Just no. That would be enough.
So, this one doesn't count?
Not to the body. Ugly.
Let's do it again, Julie.
15 seconds left. Fence. Hold it.
You keep trying to grapple me. I'm getting scared.
No, I just couldn't find it.
I don't know if your initial thrust landed.
I don't think it did.
And then no, I don't want to grapple you. I'm not sure if anything landed with quality. But a bunch of stuff happened there.
No. We're really testing this.
All right.
Judging experience.
4 seconds becomes 14. Again. times 0.
I also don't like that when like the timing stops when we're mid-fight.
Yeah.
I really like.
So the interesting thing to me was that in all the fighting for this rule set that we did, I didn't really see any doubles, so the target priority never came into play.
I saw a couple, there weren't that many. There's also a tendency for the 4 of us to not do silly things, like
Yeah.
basically the only time a double was a possibility was when the initial attack missed in the first place.
But so basically the
All right.
is because there's no incentive to go for a deeper target, that we basically falter to enhanced fighting.
Yes.
Even with no hands.
Yeah, we don't
have.
Yeah, like the arms and the hands are these targets.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'd be fine just going to a deep target 3 points, shallow target 2 points. I'd be fine doing that, and that's not perfect.
So
But
the-
again, it's not my rule set, so I don't have a penalty.
So the incentive for going for a deeper target is that if you land a deeper target and someone lands a shallow target, you get priority to get the point. But if you're not tending to double or getting into a position that doubles are likely,
No, the rule set will treat after blows and double set as the same thing.
yeah, no,
But
I'm not
if
saying
you're
that.
someone that just goes for the clean hits, you're gonna go for the hand snipes every
Yeah.
time.
And we teach going for the clean hits and being safe and being behind your sword.
So I think there's a very easy fix to this, which is just incentivize deep targets.
Yeah, and incentivize the head, the torso, over the arms.
The thing I didn't like about it was when I'm behind the other systems, I knew, okay, if I go for a deep target now, I can gain 4 points of control, and then I'll be back out.
This rule set is a slog.
But with this system, it's like, oh, I'm down 2 hits, I can't get another hit, and I gotta climb up that hill again. The point again,
It's really,
there's no like, well, I go for it.
There's no high risk, high reward thing.
Yeah.
I mean, most rule sets don't have control points, but I understand what you're saying, and like I said, I'll bring it up.
They don't have control points, but they do have,
They have the incentivization.
like, hands are 1. A stab to the chest is 3. Okay, that makes up for the 3 hands I just took.
Oh, like I said,
Now, I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing. This is a feature of the system. And if you're looking for consistent actions in a fight, not having that equalizer action isn't a bad thing. It does make it more difficult to get out of the hole. It does mean that if you get screwed by the judges twice, it's that much harder to
yeah,
are you balanced? Tons fun.
yeah.
it's after one.
Yeah,
Also, Syracuse is losing its
So you don't want to watch that anyway.
Oh.
Why watch football? Cancel.
I mean, I prefer Congress pretty hard, so.
I was,
I apologize here. I really do apologize.
I know from experience, I got both Brad and Bob hitting on the wrist pretty hard. It still cracks whenever I bend it.
you wanna make it up to me?
What, for reasons?
I mean, sushi. Let's go for sushi.
I have worked in less than 3 hours.
So what does it take?
It's time to breathe.
It's sushi.
Time for sushi.
Let's go to the store, go to the farmer's market, they have a sushi bar.
Okay. It's going to take 20 minutes to get home from here anyway. Anything else needs to salute out. Grab the sword. We have others.
Still sword.
See.
Thank you, class. You all have fun.